All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book of the Bible. All right, so let's get into it. All right, what I want to get into today in this lesson is what's going on in the heavens, man. All right, there's a lot going on in the heavens this year. All right, just in the beginning of the year alone, let alone what's going to happen in the middle of the year, the latter end of the year. All right, because what you got going on in this month alone, this month of February, all right, you have a solar eclipse that's going to happen. All right, known as a ring of fire solar eclipse. All right, and you also have the latter end of this month. All right, a 6 planet alignment where 6 planets are going to align, man. So just this month alone, all right, you're going to have a ring of fire eclipse and a 6 planet alignment. All right, and then March next month, all right, you're going to have a blood moon. All right, now these are signs of the times. All right, signs that that's letting us know that Yahweh Shai is getting ready to return. All right, because Yahweh Shai himself prophesied that right before he returns that there's going to be signs in the sun, the moon, and in the stars. All right, so matter of fact, I already got that. So let's bring it out. All right, so when you go to Luke, the 21st chapter, all right, starting at the 25th verse, as you see the subheading right here, it says the return of the anointed. All right, the Messiah, whose true name is Yahweh Shai. And you see these words there in red. All right, so that's Yahweh Shai, the Messiah himself speaking and prophesying, letting us know that, letting us know the signs, all right before his he comes back to save the children of Israel, the elect of the children of Israel. All right, so as you see, the return of Yahweh Shai, all right, Luke 21 and 25, all right, and he said, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. All right, so he's letting us know right before he returns, there's going to be signs in the sun, the moon, and in the stars. So this year alone, this month alone, you have the ring of fire eclipse, which is getting ready to happen in a few days. All right, and then at the 28th, all right, you got the 6 planet alignment. All right, and then next year, not next year, next month, March 2026, you got the blood moon, man. And the scriptures say that the moon shall turn into blood before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. All right, because the day of the Lord is nothing nice. It's going to be dreadful upon this earth. It's only going to be a good day for the elect. All right, but anyway, again, Luke 21 and 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. And we're getting ready to go into this, those signs. All right, we're going to read some articles on it. All right, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. And all that's happening right now. All right, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming upon the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Yeah, all right, men's hearts are getting ready to fail them. All right, for fear and for looking after those things which are coming upon the earth. All right, because what's getting ready to pop off is something that this earth has never seen before. So people are going to be afraid and catch heart attacks at the sight of what's going on, man. Men's hearts failing them for fear, heart attacks. Because people are going to be afraid in these last days when the Lord makes it rain chaos and anguish and destruction and sorrow and mourning upon America, man. All right, but let's get into these signs. All right. So you have right here, all right, it says annular solar eclipse on February 17th, 2026. All right, so let's read this article. It says on February 17th, 2026, Earth gets its first solar eclipse of the year, an annular ring of fire eclipse visible mainly from Antarctica. All right, at the same time, images are circulating about a dramatic 6-planet lineup. All right, so at the same time of this solar eclipse, all right, well, you know, a week or two later, or like a week or so later, all right, you're gonna have after this ring of fire eclipse, you're gonna have a 6-planet lineup, the same month, all happening in the same month. It says at the same time, images circulating about a dramatic 6-planet lineup, and we're gonna get into a separate article into that. All right, it says in this live stream, Earth Skies Deborah Bird will explain what an annular eclipse really is, where it's visible, and what observers will see. All right, plus Marky Karan will join to help us take a clear-eyed look at the 6-planet claims for February 2026. Will help you separate sky facts from social media hype. All right, so it says annular solar eclipse, February 17, 2026. The first solar eclipse of 2026 will be an annular, all right, sometimes called a ring of fire. All right, solar eclipse on Tuesday, February 17th. This annular, all right, solar eclipse will be fun to think about, but only a few million of Earth's 8.3 billion inhabitants will even see the partial phases. All right, the particular eclipse will be visible from areas including the southern tip of South America, southern Africa, the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans, and most of Antarctica. Meanwhile, the path of the annular eclipse will cross remote parts of Antarctica and the southern regions of the Southern Ocean. All right, it will, and this is what it looks like. That's a ring of fire eclipse, right? It says it will be viewed mainly from year-round scientific research stations in Antarctica, including the Concordia Research Station, all right, and Russian Mirny Station in Queen Maryland on the eastern part of the continent. All right, the primary American base in Antarctica is McMurdo Station. McMurdo will see a deep partial eclipse with the sun 86% blotted out by the moon. All right, and the scriptures say the sun shall turn into darkness. All right, that's going to happen with the solar eclipses, right? And because of the nuclear destruction, the sun is going to be blotted out. All right, the sun is not going to give her light like the scriptures say. You know, it says eclipse times. Here are some of the annular solar eclipse on February 17th, 2026. Partial eclipse begins at 9:56. Maximum eclipse begins at 12:12. Partial eclipse ends 4:27. All right, so you see what's going on. It says, why is it called an annular eclipse? All right, it says astronomers call this an annular eclipse of the sun. The name comes from the Latin word, all right, for ring, all right, annulus. All right, during the eclipse, the moon will be too far away in its orbit to cover the sun completely. All right, at mid-eclipse, the outer surface of the sun will appear in a ring around the moon. All right, and that's the power of the Lord putting on a show, man. All right, that's the sign of the times. There shall be signs in the sun, the moon, and in the stars. The Lord gonna make the sun look like a ring, man. All right, so it says, so though not as dramatic as a total eclipse, all right, a total solar eclipse, yeah, but it's prettier. All right. And it is dramatic, all right? Not to y'all, but to us it is, right? To the prophets of the Lord, the prophets and the servants of the Lord. That's hella dramatic, man. That's one of the signs of Yahweh Shai's return, talking about it ain't dramatic. right? It says, so though not as dramatic as a total solar eclipse, an annular eclipse is fascinating to view. The sky darkens as the partial phases deepens. Little crescent suns appear all around you, all right, as the tiny gaps between tree leaves act like camera lenses, projecting and inverting images of the sun onto the ground below or nearby walls. But during an annular eclipse, the sky never turns completely dark. All right, stars and planets don't pop into view. It's the sun itself and the tiny projected crescents that will captivate you. All right, so you see what's going on, man. All right, this is the first solar eclipse of 2026. All right, and on the right, you see these three pictures. All right, on the right is what it's going to look like, man. All right, the Ring of Fire eclipse. All right, and then it says there will be a second solar eclipse in 2026 on August 12th, 2026, man. All right, it says it will be a total solar eclipse. All right, whose path of totality passes over the Arctic, Greenland, Iceland, and Spain. And observers in much of Western Europe and North America will see a partial eclipse. Woo! All right. So it says, bottom line, on February 17, 2026, an annular solar eclipse will be visible from Antarctica and the southern ocean. Also, it will be visible as a partial eclipse from areas including southern tip of South America, southern Africa, and most of Antarctica. All right. So now let's get into this planetary alignment. All right. So it says this is coming from Starwalk .space. All right. It says astronomical news. It says rare planet alignment on February 28, 2026. How to see 6 planets after sunset. All right. It says 6 planets will align and be visible after sunset on February 28, 2026. So right after the Ring of Fire eclipse, all right, you're going to have a 6 planet alignment. It says Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. 4 planets can be observed with the naked eye. All right, while Uranus and Neptune require binoculars or a telescope. Viewing time and directions depend on your locations. All right. It says February 28, which is the last day of this month. All right. Planet alignment key details, February 28, 2026. About 30 minutes after local sunset. All right. Where to look low in the western sky, visible to the naked eye. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter. All right. It says the planetary alignment of February 28, 2026 is an evening event during which 6 planets will gather in one region of the sky. This parade will include Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune. All right. It says such celestial events are pretty uncommon. All right. And that should let you know, man. The Lord is putting things in listen, man. The Lord is letting you know that he about to return, man. That you're going to be able to see things that are uncommon. All right. These are the signs, bro. Signs like this don't happen like that. In last year, you had you had 2 planet alignments last year. You had a 6 and a 7 planet alignment last year, if I'm not mistaken. All right. It says such celestial events are pretty uncommon, especially when 4 bright planets can be seen at once without an optical aid. So you're going to be able to see it with the naked eye, man. You see? Such celestial events are pretty uncommon, especially when 4 bright planets can be seen at once without any optical aid. What makes this parade even more special is its evening visibility. Bro, the Lord is this is too, if you ask me, all right, I'm pretty sure if you ask other prophets and servants of the Lord, Lord willing, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Raptazah. I am a servant and a prophet of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Listen, man. This is bugged out in fire to us. Right? It says, which is more convenient, all right, for most observers than early morning alignments. It's gonna be that, because it's gonna be, you're gonna be able to see in the middle of the evening, man. You know? You ain't even gotta see it at night. It says, which is more convenient for most observers than early morning alignments. If you want to learn more about planet parades, find out about the upcoming spectacular alignments, all right? So it says when to see planets align, all right? And it gives you the dates. All right, February 28 is the median date, the moment when the planets appear to most tightly group for many locations worldwide. All right, depending on where you live, the best viewing date may fall a few days earlier or later. All right, then it gives you so New York will be February 28th, so around the East Coast, man. All right, in North America. All right, in Estados Unidos. All right. All right. All right, so it just keeps letting you know. All right, during the planet alignment on February 28th, 6 planets will be visible from the sky, but not all of them will be equally easy to spot. All right, some shine brightly, while others are fainter and require binoculars or a telescope. All right, so you'll see it, man. All right, now let's get into something else. All right, another sign. All right, this is March 3rd. All right, next month. All right, you're gonna have a blood moon. All right, a blood moon. All right, so let me get into the scripture one more time. All right, or right now it says Luke 21:25, and this is the Messiah speaking. All right, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. All right, and I just got into that. All right, the solar eclipse. All right, the ring of fire solar eclipse, and then the 6 planet alignment. Right? There shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. And as you see the subheading, it says the return of Yahweh Shai, the return of the anointed. So these are signs that the Lord is putting in the heavens, man, to let us know that Yahweh Shai is on his way. All right? To redeem the elect of the nation of Israel out of this captivity and hell that we're living in under the hand of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right? So it says, let's go back. All right. So you got March 3rd, 2026, the blood moon. It says, this is a total lunar eclipse. All right. Now, this is a lunar eclipse. Right. It says total lunar eclipse blood moon on March 3rd. So you got the ring of fire eclipse, which is a solar eclipse. And then next month, the blood moon, which is a lunar eclipse. Right. It says total lunar eclipse blood moon. All right, on March 3rd, 2026, a total lunar eclipse, commonly known as a blood moon, will occur on March 3rd, 2026, turning the moon a deep red or coppery hue. All right, so that's also one of the signs. Right, let's read it one more time. All right, excuse me. All right, let's read it one more time. All right. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, blood moons, right? And in the stars, right? And then also when you go to Joel, the 3rd chapter, all right? Let's get it. Great and dreadful. I think that's how it goes. All right? Let's get it. Let's get it. And the moon shall turn into blood before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. KJV. Yeah, this is Joel. All right, Joel 2:31. All right, so let's grab it. All right, Joel. All right, Joel 2:31. All right, it says, you see the subheading, it says the day of the Lord. All right. It says, and I will show wonders in the heavens All right, has that not what we've been going into? All right, the ring of fire eclipse, the sixth planet alignment. The Lord said he gonna show wonders in the heavens. All right, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke, and the sun shall be turned into darkness, right? The ring of fire eclipse, right? And the moon into blood. Come on, man. And the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh come, which is when he gonna send his son Yahweh Shai. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood. Are we not reading right now? All right, the blood moon on March 3rd, 2026, right? It says total lunar eclipse on March 3rd, 2026, all right? A total lunar eclipse, commonly known as a blood moon, right? A blood moon. Are we not reading that the moon shall turn into blood in the scriptures, right? And will occur on March 3rd, 2026, turning the moon a deep red or coppery hue, all right, as it passes through Earth's shadow. This event will be visible across North America, the Pacific, Australia, and parts of Asia and South America, with the best views from the Western US, Canada, and Western Pacific regions, all right? Now, there's something that I want to get into. All right, right at the bottom it says final note. This is a rare, globally visible event. Come on, man. See, the Lord God let the Lord, bro. Come on, man. So the whole earth can see this blood moon. It's not just certain parts of the earth, right, that they can see it, like the ring of fire eclipse that we got into, right? Nah, this is globally visible, it says. This is a rare. So things don't happen. Yo, bro, this goes to show you this is the signs, bro. All right? This is a rare, globally visible event. So the Lord letting this earth know, listen, I'm about to come in and wax this shit, bro. You know? I'm about to come in, the Yahweh, letting everybody know I'm about to send my son down and do his thing. And the earth is about to mourn. You know? Come on, man. This is a rare global visible event, a must-see for sky watchers and stargazers. All right, we're going to see if it's a must-see when Yahweh Shai returns, right? Mark your calendars for early morning of March 3rd, all right, 2026, all right? And then you're also going to have another eclipse in August 12th, like we read earlier, man. So you got the solar eclipse that's happening February 17th, all right? Sixth planet alignment February 28th, all right? Both happening in the same month, all right? The next month, March 3rd, all right, 2026, you got a blood moon, all right? And then August 12th, you got another solar eclipse. Come on, man. There shall be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. These are all the signs of the times, man. The signs in the heavens that the Lord is letting us. The Lord is putting these signs up in the heavens for us. So we see them and we know that Yahweh Shai is getting ready to return. And these signs are here to let us, to motivate us, so to keep us pushing. You know? It should motivate us to be like, yeah, the Lord getting ready to return. Let's keep pushing. Let's go. You know? Let's hit these highways. Let's do this work. You know? Let's feed the sheep. You know? Come on, man. All right. So it says why it's called a blood moon. All right, during totality, sunlight is bent through Earth's atmosphere, which scatters blue light, all right, and filters, all right, red-orange wavelengths onto the moon, creating the iconic red glow. All right, the exact shade depends on atmospheric conditions. All right, dust pollution, volcanic activity. All right, and it says it's the only total lunar eclipse of 2026. All right, and the last one anywhere on Earth until December 31, 2028, if we even make it that far, right? So you see what's going on, man. All right, let me see if I can get this article real quick. So this is coming from Forbes. 2026 will bring a blood moon, ring of fire, and a total solar eclipse. So it was going into all. Oh, see, come on, man. So everything I just brought out, all right, this one article goes into, all right, the ring of fire eclipse, all right, the blood moon, all right, the total solar eclipse, you know, all right, and then this doesn't go into the planet alignment though, right? So it says the first eclipse of 2026 will be an annular ring of fire solar eclipse on February 17th. All right, went into that earlier. All right, during which 96% of the sun will be covered by the moon. All right, for up to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The sun shall be turned into darkness, the scriptures say, right? And the moon into blood. All right, it will only be seen from remote regions of Antarctica. All right, then on March 3rd, 2026, a blood moon total lunar eclipse will be seen with the lunar surface glowing red for 58 minutes. So 60 minutes. Woo! All right, so about 60 minutes. All right, you're going to see that whole thing for a whole hour. And what do the scriptures say about America's destruction? It's only going to take 1 hour for America to be destroyed in this third world war. It's only going to take 1 hour for nuclear destruction, thermonuclear destruction to sweep across the land of America, man. All right, it says with the best views from Western North America, Australia, New Zealand, and East Asia and the Pacific. All right. It will be the last total lunar eclipse until 2029. All right, all right, then it goes to the total solar eclipse, which is August 12th. You know, I mentioned, and they also mentioned in the other article. All right, so listen, bro, these are the signs of the times, the signs in the heavens. All right, let's get it again. All right, and it says the subheading. All right, right above verse 30 says the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh. All right, it says, and I will show wonders in the heavens. All right, what is that? Blood moons, solar eclipses, lunar eclipses. Those are the signs in the heavens, wonders in the heavens. All right, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. All right, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood. Are we not reading that right now? The blood moons, man. All right, and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord. Yeah, because that's going to be a great and terrible day. All right, before the great and terrible day of Yahweh come. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai come. All right. So, you know, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, this lesson is or was edifying, man. All right, you see what's going on. We're letting you know. We're watching, bro. We're letting you know what time we're living in, man. We're living in the most serious time to ever exist, bro. There has never been a more serious time than now. You understand? So it's time to be most serious as possible. I'm talking to the elect and including myself. All right, first and foremost, myself. All right, we all got to be more serious and serious about this thing, man. This ain't no joke. There's nothing to play around with. This word, this truth, this knowledge. We got to be on our feet, our toes, man. Be the best servants we can be for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, to please the most high Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai in the best ways possible, man. And I'm saying, I'm first and foremost myself, man. We just got to keep being better and better and better and keep pushing and pushing and be on fire all the way into the end, man. You know? You know? All right. So, Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, this lesson is and was edifying. On to the next one. Shalom, shalom.